Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play the...
You're back.
fuck. Welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. And in the last part we finished off the dungeon. We defeated Kamoshida, we got his treasure, and we are at this point pretty much done. Stupid dogs, shut up. Sorry. Anyway, so at this point, it's that point in the Persona game now where we get, which is fun to play, kind of difficult to commentate over, and that is there's this kind of period where you've beaten the dungeon and you have to wait until the time limit is up before the story continues. So yeah, at this point it's just basically going through the game, doing social links. I know they're called different, but I just don't call them social links from Persona 4. But yeah, it's pretty much just going through social links, doing side quests, and just generally waiting around for this dungeon. It's just generally waiting about for this dungeon, for the next phase of the story to kind of get going again. And so it's just going to be social link stuff for, I don't know how many parts it's going to be. It's probably going to be a couple at least, and then we'll be the Kamoshida stuff will kind of finish off.
Yep.
And then it'll be going on to the next mission, next part of the story. So yeah, it's this part which I always enjoy playing it because it's kind of interesting to see what. Sorry, it's kind of interesting to see how well, you know, to learn new stuff about the characters and all that kind of thing, and get some dialogue. It's always fun. However, I think it's kind of irritating. It's kind of irritating to commentate over just because of the fact there's not really a lot going on at this point. It's just, social link stuff. So, which is interesting, but just have to wait. Singing.
Correct.
Something I didn't know until I played this game. Actually, it's a fact I didn't know until I played this game. Nearest tone deaf, but winning because he was the emperor. Well, it's kind of no shit. Nepotism. It's probably not nepotism, but anyway. Yep, it's always worth going after this kind of stuff. Your first playthrough, getting those stats up as quickly as possible, just because there are certain social links, like for example, and social link you need. Kindness at level 2, and then in a later social link.
Have you seen Kamoshida?
And then in a later social link, you need to have your guts up a certain level. No, charisma up a certain level. So.
Nerve-wracking.
Oh, perfect timing.
So yeah, we're just waiting.
Study hall will be held instead of PE today. I'm letting you know just in case you haven't heard. Mr. Kamoshida has taken the day off.
He ain't
Okay.
here?
Don't tell anyone that you heard this from me.
Oh, Miss
We
Kawakami,
received
you're gonna
word
be
that Mr. Kamoshida is placing himself
spreading
under
rumors.
suspension. Such an important time before the tournament, too. Principal Kobayakawa went to talk to him.
So yeah,
about
this
it,
is
but
pretty much
supposedly
just
wasn't
this is
making
kind of.
sense.
It's kind of the first.
Not so loud.
This is kind of the first time where they kind of show off that something's happening with Kamoshida, and that he's maybe something's going on with him, and perhaps perhaps what we did did something and changed it. And it also, I think it's also partly that as well, to kind of let you be aware that he hasn't had a mental shutdown. So he's going to be fine in that regard.
Well,
So yeah. Now all we're doing is social link stuff. So, oh yes, and here we go. Basically, once you've beaten the sorry, God, that's on my brain. Once you've beaten the dungeon, you can't actually do Arn's social link yet. And this is pretty much just her saying that she's going to be at the hospital the whole time, and it's a reason why you can't boost up Anne's social link yet. And her social link becomes available to do once the story has moved on. Like once the story stuff is out of the way with Kamoshida, then you can kind of do her social link stuff again. So now we're going to do some social link stuff with Ryuji.
Whoa!
Yeah, and so these are the guys who were part of the track team with him before it was got rid of. Dick? What are you doing? Nicking our spot, piece of shit. Yeah. Let's not fight. Okay. No need to sound like a hard ass, you little bitch. Oh god. Calm down, dude. I don't need to hear your excuse. Oh, fuck you. Actually, yeah, this is kind of pointed out later, but Ryuji was going through a bit more than what the rest of the track team were going through, to be fair. So, you know, I think that's that's a little bit of bullshit there. Sure, you've changed. And every little helps, Ryuji. So there we go. Is this the first one? No, it's the third. We now got follow-up.
Right.
Just when I didn't... Well, I could have used that in the battle, but whatever. Basically, there's a chance that Ryuji will do a follow-up attack if you knock an enemy down, which is... if you cause... if you knock an enemy down, like, you cause damage to them. I should stay out of it. You should definitely, Ryuji.
See ya.
So yeah, Ryuji's social link is going to be all about those guys, pretty much, and kind of him getting better at running again and
You're back.
dealing with the crap that happened with the team, with his track team. Of course not. That's bullshit. Oh god. I love this theme so much. It's such a gorgeous piece of music. Hey, you got a minute? So now we got to talk to Sujiro.
Yo.
So yeah, this is the I think this is starting the Sujiro social link, which is one that I never completed in the original playthrough of the game,
You're not causing any trouble, are you?
because it was kind of difficult, because it kind of goes on for a little bit and gets up to a certain level. I think level 3 or 4. And then it doesn't start up. His social link won't start up again until after you've beaten a certain part of the game and you've got another party member that's related to Sujiro. So it's kind of a pain in the ass to do, especially as it happens kind of a bit later as well. It's kind of difficult to
What's wrong? Yeah, I'm heading out now.
It's kind of difficult to get right. And actually they sow the seeds kind of at this point when he's kind of got
I'll see you later.
a phone call here, and you think it's
As you can see, I'm pretty damn busy.
like it's kind of it's set up here supposed to be like you're thinking that it's like a girl that he's met or something.
Now we're talking. Either way,
And you'll find out later what it is, but
if you agree to help
there
me,
we go.
then I'll teach you how to make the perfect cup of coffee.
So yeah, this is
Not a bad
Sujiro
trade.
Social Link stuff, which is basically making curry and
Alright. Looks like we got
coffee.
ourselves a deal.
I can't remember what curry does. I think it's a health restorative item, and as you go through Social Link, you're able to make better curries and you're able to heal up better. But the main thing he has is the coffee, and the coffee is an SP or magic restoring item, which you cannot.
Furthermore, they did so knowing you were a part
Okay,
of
you
that
can't buy it normally in the game. You can buy accessories to kind of boost it, and sometimes in vending machines you will find SP restoring items, but I've only ever found one, I think, during my 79-hour playthrough, so they're pretty fucking rare and difficult to find. So yeah, that's pretty much. That's why you want to get his Social Link up and running pretty sharpish, so you can get the higher level coffees, so you can restore more SP items.
All right.
And he's the Hierophant Arcana. It made it pretty difficult end game for me to
See you later.
be able to do anything, just because, you know, using up all my SP on, you know, it made the final battle pretty fucking difficult, and I kind of had to kind of brute force my way through that. Probably not the most clever idea in the world. So yeah, on Sundays you can TV. There we go. If you go onto the TV, there will be certain items for sale. This was something that they had in Persona 4 Golden, but here they add some. They make more of a deal about it. And basically, what these things are, like these are, you can get basically HP restorative items, as well as sometimes you can get SP restorative items. You can also get accessories which help you out. So it pays to go to look at the fuck, my brain's gone. To look at the TV on Sundays to get these items might be useful. Tank Top Millionaire. So yeah, you can go to the cinema to view a ticket. And something else that can happen with the cinema is that people, Social Links will phone you up and say, "Hey, I want to go to the cinema to see," and then to see a certain movie. And then when you go with them, if you agree to go with them, you boost up their stats a little bit, and you also boost up, you advance this. Your relationship with them, so you can get the next Social Link level. And the movies are always fun to watch. My favourite one is what was it called? It's called The Cake Night Rises, which we're not going to see for a little while, but I do show it off. It's fucking hilarious. I absolutely love it. And so I'll try and show those off when I can. These just happen sometimes. I don't get why, and I think I only show off this one. I think I start editing them out after this. It's basically, I guess, just to show that people, to show how people feel in the wider city, so you actually get, it's kind of pointed out a little bit more, because it's a more of a countrywide phenomenon in this game. More of a countrywide thing than just a problem in a small little town, so it's kind of cool that they do that every so often. Something happen? Yeah, it's also something that happens here that once you've beaten the first dungeon, you get a lot of these texts that are basically saying, my apologies, basically saying, you know, it's kind of just keeping it fresh in your mind about the situation that you're in, I guess. So I think that makes sense, you know, a little bit to kind of... I don't think it's needed, but it's nice that they do just keep pushing you to say, hey, you can't do this. You know, to say, this bad shit's happening. Is this me showing off? Oh yeah, I'm reading the Zorro thing. Here we go.
Make sure you close.
Basically, and now at this point, he tells you can go out into Yonganjaya. So it's just this area here, and the areas outside the coffee shop and stuff. So you can go out there at night, and you can do stuff like, there's stuff like you can go to a gym, you can go to a bath, you can clean clothes and stuff that you get in mementos and the dungeons. So it's at this point it starts to open up a bit wider, and then it starts to open up a lot more when you can basically go out at night wherever the fuck you want, which is kind of useful. And this is the reason why I'm doing the Zorro book, why I read that then, so I can basically finish it off here, and then when I go to the school I can get the next book. These things are useful to do at least early on in your first playthrough, because it does raise certain stats. Sorry if you hear the dog there. And like that, look at that. My kindness is now up to... my kindness is angelic, and we're up to max, so I just need to max out my guts at this point. Which, by the way, still not done. And I've beaten the second dungeon at this point, so it's gonna take me a fucking while. Oh yeah, this thing here is a little reference to Persona 4 Golden and Persona 4 in general. Because I think that was an item that Chie in Persona 4 always ate, and that she really liked. So I think it's a reference to that character and that food in Persona 4, which is kind of nice. I kind of like that. It's kind of cool.
Jeez.
And everyone's writing so sloppy. I couldn't care less. Oh, fine. Potato. Kakushin-han. Using okay. It's pretty much the opposite of how it's used.
How about you?
Why'd you always pick on me? Bitch. Yeah, there are certain points where Morgana will help you try and work it out yourself. So she will help you. He will help you kind of work it out so you can get the answer right, which is kind of nice.
Exactly.
And you get it right. Nice. It's always worth getting these right, getting every single answer right on your first playthrough, just so you can get your your knowledge up as fast as you possibly can. So it's worth it. I used a guide my second playthrough. I used to guide my second playthrough, not the first playthrough, because I wanted to see if how many I could get right. Something else that's nice as well is that you can see Makoto there in the bottom, around the circular table at the bottom of the screen. She will become a more integral part of the plot at a later point. So it's kind of cool that they give you a little bit of a heads up and kind of foreshadowing to her being a big thing in the story by having her show up in the having her show up in the in the library and stuff. God, my brain's going.
Please head to the exam room.
So now we're going to continue our social link with Takemi. And as I've said before, and I will say it again, Takemi is well worth getting the max social link in as soon as you possibly can, just because of getting health restorative items and getting accessories which are really fucking useful. So yeah, she's apart from the fact that she's one of the more interesting social links and one of the more interesting characters, and her story's pretty interesting. Sorry, it's also the thing that you get a load of stuff, a load of useful stuff for this. I was asleep, officer. Why the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? I believe you need a warrant for that shit. My apologies. My throat has gone to shit. This kid here is my only patient today. So yeah, this part of the social link here, where she has the cop kind of coming in to have a go at her. It's more of a thing. This is something that is brought up and kind of confirmed in a later part of the game. We're on. I love one of the answers. We're on a date. No need to be an asshole. The plague?
Oh.
Ah, sorry. I didn't mean to be so rude. Yeah, so it's pretty actually, yeah, it's pretty much confirmed here that the
By the way,
the head of her, the person who used to be a boss when she was at the hospital, is kind of trying to get her to quit and kind of sending people like that jackass over there to kind of harass her, which kind of sucks. But there you go. So now we got the Takemi rank up to social link up to rank 2. It's pretty, like I say, get her ranked up as soon as you possibly can. It's also really interesting, you know, in because she is a romanceable option, and her romance kind of dialogue at the end, if you decide to romance her, is actually pretty fucking funny. But anyway, join me next time for the next part of Persona 5, when we'll be doing more social link stuff, more side quest stuff. And hopefully next part we'll be able to see the conclusion of the Kamoshida stuff, but I think it's probably going to be a couple of parts. So anyway, I'll see you next time for the next part of Persona 5. See you next time.